Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today's video is not going to be like all the other videos. It's not going to be like super funny. It's not going to be anything. It's going to be like a serious video because today is Friday the 13th and I was thinking I want to make a scary video for Friday the 13th. What is more scary than what's going on in our country right now? Like, that shit is scary, okay? So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I'm Mexican. All my family's Mexican. My family came from Mexico. And I feel like it's really important for me to talk about this just because as a Mexican and the things going on, it's just not okay. And even though like I don't have a big platform, this video might not get more than 50 to 100 views. And that's okay because at least one person's gonna see it and one person might take something from this video. And that's all that I could ask, is that this reaches the right audience and like people, just to raise awareness for what is going on right now, because it's really sad. If you don't know everything that's going on right now, like if you're not Mexican, you just haven't heard what's going on right now. As you know, our president, the first time around, he was big on building a wall, keeping all the Mexicans out, deporting, all that. Second time around, he's really trying to get everyone out this country that he thinks doesn't belong here for whatever reason. And him and all his little minions are all trying to get at people and just like tear this country apart. One of the people in office that I'm referring to is Stephen Miller. Now, Stephen Miller plays a big role in all of this. So if you didn't know, if you haven't noticed, the raids have been getting worse and worse lately. Like really worse. If you're on TikTok, if you're on anywhere, you can see that it's getting bad. People are getting ripped away from their families and it's sad. So that's because Stephen Miller had a meeting a few weeks ago with ICE, and it was a federal meeting telling them that they are arresting people too slow, that there's too many people, too many illegals in this country, and that they need to work faster. Miller said that he doesn't want them to just go after immigrants anymore and not even try to see who they're taking and just take the people that they think, because it's just going too slow. And he wants at least 3,000 people arrested a day. 3,000 people that are innocent, ripped away from their families for no reason, just because their skin color, basically. But he also stated that he wants them to be showy arrests, that he wants them to be good on TV. And I think that's probably to make people try to just deport themselves because they're going to be terrified of this fucking country. Like, is that really our goal, is to fucking make people scared to come to this country? Like, what happened to like this being the land of the free? This is what people wanted. People move here for opportunity, and you're just stopping people from moving. Like, this is the opposite of what America's been standing for. Make America great again, like America ever stood for this, ever. So if you haven't heard anything from Miller, here's a video of him just talking about like what he thinks about everyone and everything going on right now and why he thinks that this is right.
You all choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay in any of these gang neighborhoods, and I said your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists or Mexican mafia or Sinaloa cartel or Tren de Aragua, I couldn't pay you to live there. But yet you, with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped and murdered. So you're not going to get an ounce of sympathy from this administration or President Trump for the terrorists who've invaded our homes and our country.
So if you notice in that video, all he listed was the Mexican cartel, like a bunch of Mexican groups that I guess he associates us with. If the criminals is what you're after, and the criminals in the cartel and all the people you're worried about us living by is what you're after, then how come you're just coming to random ass people's homes, ripping people away from their house, ripping people away from their families just because you think they are a part of the cartel? that all, like, it all comes down to racism. This is all just racism, honestly. If you think about it, like a single dad, okay? A single dad who's literally moved here for his kids, trying to give his kids a better life, working hard every single day for his kids, and all of a sudden you just take him away and send him back to Mexico because he can't understand what you're saying. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, that's just fucking crazy to me. How people can do these things just because I don't know what you're saying. You need to go back to where you come from because you don't belong here. But, like, everyone belongs here. That's what America is. It's literally for everybody to come and to, like, get away, to be free. If the dad gets ripped away from his homes and the kids have to end up in foster care, who knows? Because right now they are taking children from foster homes to deport them. To think that these kids have been through trauma and they're trying to go to a foster home, there's people trying to take care of them, and you're gonna rip them away from that because of where their parents come from or because how they look. Kids being deported from foster care is crazy to me. Like, they have no parents, they've probably been through so much, and you're just gonna make them go through worse just because you don't want them here. Just because they could be connected to, they could be criminals. These children can be criminals, right? If you haven't heard, ICE they were recently waiting outside of Huntington High School during an elementary school graduation. An elementary school graduation. Kids graduating kindergarten, 5th grade. All their families waiting out there. And ICE is waiting outside to take the kids and the parents. Like, are you serious? If you're worried about criminals, what criminals are going to be at their fucking kids' graduation? You just, like, at the end of the day, we all have to remember that this isn't our land. This isn't y'all's white people land. No, this belongs to the Native Americans. They were here first. And honestly, no one is an immigrant on stolen ass land. Honestly, like, thinking about it, this reminds me of a Bible verse from Leviticus chapter 9, verse 33 and 34. It says, "Do not take advantage of foreigners who live among you in your land. Treat them like native-born Israelites, and love them as you love yourself. Remember that you were once foreigners living in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." If that does not tell you that Trump is just raving Jesus in front of your face to get your vote, like, what else does that prove? Because he says that he's running this country with Jesus and with him by his side, taking every word, but this is not what he stands for. Honestly, if I'm being real with you, Trump is looking like the next Hitler. Like, if you really think about it, all these Mexicans, what Trump is doing, he's slowly getting to what Hitler would do to the Jews. We have to stand up for what's right, and we can't just keep ignoring what's around us just because we think it's not going to affect us. At the end of the day, we live in this country. Everything that happens affects us. Everything around us affects us. Like, just because you think, oh, I'm with Trump, like, he's not going to do nothing to me. No, he's doing something to everybody. Now, if you are keeping up with the news and all that, you'll see that it's a lot of news about California and how all the raids are going on in California and a bunch of that, and a few other states too. But I wanted to read to you all of the states that ICE officers are in right now. So if you are in these states, just please be careful. Please be cautious when you're outside and with your family, and just please be careful. These states are Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and then these two were crazy to me: District of Columbia and Puerto Rico. Why the fuck you got ICE agents there? That isn't even your land to begin with. Those two, they're just, you took them, and now you're taking the people out of them because you just want the power. You just want to rule America. Honestly, you want to be the king of the shit. You want to rule the shit. This man that runs our country is crazy. with that said, if you live in any of those states, I just want to tell you to just please be careful, cautious when you're outside with your family. If you ever go out to protest anything, just remember, do not wash your eyes out with milk, and do not wear eye contact lenses, because there's many different chemicals they use to spray your eyes and to mace you. And with all of those, they're very reactant, and your best bet is to just wash your eyes out with water and to not wear your contacts, because they will react to your contacts and they can make you blind. To move away from the ice topic, I just want to show you one more video to show you like what else is going on in this country, just to show you that it's not just the Mexicans that are getting infected, and it's also people, just everyone. So here's another video.
Children will be taught to love America. Children will be taught to be patriots. Children will be taught civic values for schools that want federal taxpayer funding. So as we close the Department of Education and we provide funding to states, we are going to make sure that these funds are not being used to promote communist ideology. For any nation to be successful, it cannot teach its children to hate themselves and to hate their country. So these are a few of the areas in which President Trump has fought the cancerous, communist, woke culture that was destroying this country, where we were led to believe that men were women, that women were men, that racial discrimination was good, that merit was bad, and that safety and physical security mattered less than the feelings of liberal ideologues.
And I think, see, that video is just real weird to me, because like, yeah, people care about being gay and being trans more than our safety. People come to this country to be themselves, to have rights, to get away from their other countries that wouldn't let them, that they had no rights in. And now they're gonna come to this country, and just because they're being themselves, you're gonna take away their rights to their education. You're gonna take away their rights to do what they want with their body. Like, it's all fucked up. It's crazy that they can even do that. And in that video, he says that he's gonna only give the funds to like the schools that love their country. But if we didn't love our country, we wouldn't be fighting for these things. And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't agree with all the liberal beliefs, but at the end of the day, that's not none of my business what everyone else is doing. Like, this country is just being in your business. No one knows how to mind their business. And if you don't want to live your life the way they want you to live your life, then you can't live here. And that's exactly what they're saying. They're trying to get you out of here if you're not going to be the way they want you to be. And I think that's so fucked up, because honestly, this is no longer the land of the free. It's the land of the controlled. Yeah, honestly, that's all I really had to talk about in this video. Is just, that's something that's been bothering me, and it's really been coming up a lot more recently. And I felt like, as someone who does make videos, and even though I don't even have like 50 subscribers, I don't care. I just wanted to spread awareness for what's going on right now in this country, and I feel like everyone should speak up and just raise awareness, because it's not right. And we can fight back. We can, because the president can't control everything. Us as people have the right to speak up, and we have the power to get this man out of office. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and sorry this was a different video, but I hope someone got something out of it. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.